Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Bears fans, buckle up because there's some electrifying buzz swirling around the NFL. And it's all about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape our division and, who knows, maybe even set us up for a serious Super Bowl charge. Word on the street is that the Chicago Bears are eyeing Kansas City Chiefs cornerback Trent McDuffie, and the talk is that a deal might be in the works. Now, I know what you're thinking. McDuffie? That's a guy who's been turning heads since his rookie season, and the Chiefs, despite their recent Super Bowl success, might be willing to part ways, especially with the offseason looming and some cap space issues they're dealing with. Let's dig into the details because this isn't just a rumor. It's a move that could change the equation for us at Soldier Field. First, the background on McDuffie. This guy has been a lockdown corner for Kansas City, and his stats speak volumes. In 2025, he's already amassed 6 interceptions in just 14 games, which is pretty remarkable for a cornerback, especially considering the high-powered offenses he's been up against. Add to that 18 pass defenses, a PFF coverage grade of 87, 2, and the fact that he allows only about 0.8 yards of separation per snap, which puts him in the top 6 in the league according to next-gen stats. That's elite coverage right there, and it's exactly what the Bears need to elevate their secondary. The Bears, as we all know, have been dealing with some serious injuries in their secondary. Oduns and Burden are out for the rest of the year, and that's left our pass defense exposed, especially against top-tier receivers. Our secondary has been giving up an average of 236 passing yards per game, and if we want to compete at a higher level, especially in the playoffs, we need more shutdown ability. McDuffie would be a game changer, a guy who can shadow the opponent's best receiver one-on-one and make big plays happen. Imagine him paired with Johnson, our new lockdown tandem. That would cut down completions to our WR1s by around 21%, from 58% to a more manageable 46% per PFF. It would also reduce the big plays, those 20-plus yard passes, drastically since McDuffie excels at limiting explosive plays. Now, why would the Chiefs consider trading him? Well, Kansas City is in a bit of a cap bind right now. They're about $11 million over the cap, according to SpotTrack, so they're looking at ways to free up some space. With their recent extension for Patrick Mahomes and some upcoming extensions for players like Chris Snead and others, they need to get creative. McDuffie, despite his value, might be a casualty of their cap situation, especially since they're also trying to extend their defensive line and keep their core intact. Plus, the Chiefs are reportedly comfortable with Snead emerging as a potential top corner, and they're willing to consider high draft picks to recoup some of that value. ESPN's Adam Schefter mentioned that Kansas City is open to trading high draft picks for the right players, which could give us an edge in negotiations. From our perspective, bringing in McDuffie would be huge. Say we pair him with Johnson, and suddenly our secondary becomes a fortress. You're looking at reducing opposing quarterback completion percentages significantly, especially against our top receivers. The stats are astonishing, allowing only about 2 yards per route covered. That's like having a shadow on the field. And if you think about it, McDuffie's impact isn't just about stopping the pass. It's about boosting our entire defense's confidence and forcing turnovers. His ability to create pressure and force fumbles adds another layer of threat, and that's exactly what we need to take the next step. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the Bears are in a prime position to make this move. They're sitting at 10-4, fighting for playoff positioning, and a cornerback like McDuffie could be the X-factor in sealing wins against teams like the Packers, especially with Jordan Love's offense still finding its rhythm. His 67% completion rate in Week 10 against the Broncos, where he threw 2 interceptions and was effectively shut down, shows how crucial a lockdown corner can be. And with the secondary's current struggles, adding someone of McDuffie's caliber could push our defense from decent to dominant, especially in high-stakes postseason games. Some might wonder about the cost, but the potential upside makes it worth considering. The Bears would likely have to part with a first-round pick in 2026, which is a steep price. But when you're talking about a player of McDuffie's talent, someone who could be a cornerstone for years to come, it might be worth it. Especially since the NFL is increasingly about elite coverage and forcing turnovers in today's game. Plus, the Bears' secondary has been a work in progress, and if we can add a player who's already proven he can shut down top receivers, it could be the final piece of our puzzle. Looking ahead, the impact of such a move could be felt immediately. McDuffie's presence would elevate our defense's EPA, expected points added, by around 19%, which is huge when you consider how critical every point is in playoff battles. His versatility as a slot and outside corner gives our defensive coordinator a lot of flexibility, making our coverage schemes more unpredictable and harder for offenses to scheme against. It also adds a layer of resilience, especially in a division where the Packers' offense is still a threat, and the Lions are emerging as a powerhouse with their offense and young talent. Now, I want you to think about how this aligns with the Bears' broader strategy. We're building around Justin Fields, and our offense is trending upward, but defense wins championships, and right now, our secondary needs that boost. A player like McDuffie isn't just a stopgap. He's a game changer, someone who can turn the tide in key moments and give us that extra edge in close games. And with the Super Bowl odds shifting, some books now have the Bears at plus 950, up from plus 1,500 earlier in the season. It's clear the betting markets see Chicago as a real contender with the right pieces. Of course, there's always a risk involved in making such a bold move. The Chiefs are in cap hell, as some reports suggest, and trading McDuffie might seem counterintuitive for a contender. But if they're looking at a rebuild or simply trying to preserve cap space for future extensions, this could be a logical move for them. Meanwhile, for us, it's about seizing the moment. Acquiring McDuffie would send a message to the division and the entire league. The Bears are serious about contending, and they're willing to make the bold moves necessary to get there. In conclusion, this potential trade isn't just about adding a talented corner. It's about shifting the entire dynamics of our team and division. If it happens, it would be a statement that the Bears are all in on winning now and building a defense that can compete with the best. It's an exciting time to be a Bears fan, and I honestly believe that if this move materializes, it could be the catalyst that pushes us over the top, into the Super Bowl conversation and beyond. The future is bright, and with players like McDuffie, we're looking at a team that's ready to fight for Lombardi trophies. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears. Do you think this trade makes sense? Are you excited about the idea of McDuffie in our secondary? Or do you think there's a better path forward? Whatever you believe, let us know. We love hearing from our passionate community. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. The season is heating up and we're just getting started.